Hello, BTS lovers. What made Jungkook, one of the BTS members who is known for being calm and rarely overreacting, be seen openly showing shock just moments after the official international fashion event? Why is this reaction considered unusual, even by observers who have been following the career path of BTS members for a long time? And what exactly did Taehyung, widely known as BTS's V, do that instantly sparked wild speculation, emotional interpretation, to an explosion of global conversation on various social media platforms in just a matter of minutes, after attending the exclusive CELINE Printemps event in Paris, a world-class fashion event featuring big names from the international fashion industry? BTS's Taehyung once again proved that his presence is not only influential in the music world, but also holds significant sway in the global cultural conversation. However, it was not only because of her presence on the red carpet that CELINE made international headlines. Most surprising was his post-event actions, which, according to exclusive sources, were spontaneous, which emotionally and visually influenced his groupmate Jungkook to give a very unexpected reaction in front of the public. Taehyung, long known as one of South Korea's fashion icons and CELINE's global ambassador, not only attended the event as a guest of honor, but also participated in a symbolic moment she had never done before in the public domain, a moment secretly recorded by international media and fans present on site. After the event, instead of leaving the venue like the other invited guests, Taehyung reportedly did something that deviated from the standard protocol of top artists. He directly stripped off the exclusive fashion item he was wearing, placed it on the presentation stage, and delivered a written message in a very personal and touching language, addressed to someone who is struggling in silence. What does this action mean? And why did Jungkook, who is known to have not attended the event in person, give a response just moments after the event spread through social media? According to an exclusive report from one of the fashion industry sources who attended CELINE Printemps in person, the message left by Taehyung was not just part of the show, but rather an emotional response to a feeling of loss, hope, and a deeper connection with someone she believed to be close to personally. The line, written on a white sheet, which was later uploaded by one of CELINE's backstage photographers and spread widely, reads, "To the one I miss most during all of this moment is yours, not mine." That sentence was enough to shake BTS's fan base, especially given the context of the group's temporary hiatus and the departure of several members to serve in the military. Jungkook, who a few weeks earlier had expressed longing for the group's dynamic and admitted to feeling empty when performing alone, appeared to be the intended figure in the message. Some fans were even quick to compare the line to a quote Jungkook once uttered in an interview with Vogue Korea, in which he said, "Every time I perform, I feel like something is missing. We are used to moving together." This phenomenon soon became a hot topic of discussion among Korean and international pop culture observers. In a quick review by fashion magazine Harper's Bazaar, their senior editor called Taehyung's actions a performative vulnerability, a form of emotional expression through the medium of fashion and visual presentation that Asian public figures rarely do on global platforms. Not only that, the magazine also highlighted how this event shows the deep emotional connection between BTS members, who even in a vacuum or inactivity as a group, still communicate with each other through symbols, actions, and aesthetic expressions. Fans of BTS, known as ARMY, reacted emotionally and intensely. Many of them shared an in-depth analysis of Taehyung's symbolic choices that night. From the design of the CELINE outfit he wore, the red thread motif on the scarf he left on stage, to the accompanying music that played as he walked back to his VIP seat. One international fanbase account wrote, "Taehyung wasn't just present as a model or brand ambassador that night. He delivered an emotional message in disguise." And only certain people could understand the gesture, including Jungkook. Interestingly, within 24 hours of the incident, various Korean media outlets began reporting that Taehyung's actions that night were not just a personal initiative, but part of a personal communication plan that had been prepared in advance by his management team, but still had a strong personal and emotional touch. An inside source from HYB's agency, who asked not to be named, said that Taehyung has a need to convey things in a nonverbal way, which only those close to him can understand. Does this signal a rift or vice versa, an increasingly strong emotional bond between the members of BTS amid their absence as an active group? Or is it just a personal artistic expression that just happens to be associated with Jungkook? Media analysts differ. But one thing is for sure, no one considers this event to be an ordinary event. Amid the dominance of international headlines by political affairs and global conflicts, news of Jungkook's reaction to Taehyung's actions penetrated the world's trending topics. It even ranked #1 on South Korea's Google Trends and entered the top 10 in Japan, the United States, and Brazil. BTS' influence as a global cultural symbol is evident not only through their music, but also from the way they express emotions, relationships, and personal narratives through public spaces. The reaction from fashion circles was no less strong. CELINE's creative director even made a rather surprising official comment, calling Taehyung's moment that night an act of emotional expressionism in its purest form. He also mentioned that few artists in the world today are able to combine fashion, emotional messages, and public influence so authentically. In a statement, he said, "Kim Taehyung wasn't just wearing CELINE, he was being CELINE that night." On the other hand, many also questioned why Jungkook responded so quickly. Has he been told before? Or did he really just find out from the internet like the rest of the public? There was no official statement from Jungkook's side until this news was revealed. But ARMY believes that the short expression "saw" is a form of affirmation. It sees, understands, and responds. Many interpret this as a sign that their communication is still active despite being physically separated, and that their emotional connection as best friends or colleagues has transcended the limits of group formality. In this context, the emotional moment between the two BTS members becomes more than just a celebrity interaction. It transforms into an emotional narrative that touches across languages, countries, and cultures. In a world increasingly polarized and tense, messages conveyed through visual cues and emotional reactions of this kind provide space for the global community to realize the importance of sensitivity, emotional connection, and empathy in relationships between people. So far, the HYBE has not provided any clarification or official response to this event. But as always, the agency seems to be opting for a passive approach to let the narrative form organically between the public and the media, a strategy BTS has used for a long time, letting emotions speak louder than formal words. What did Taehyung really want to say that night? Is it just about longing for group mates? Or is this a signal of the beginning of a new phase in BTS's internal relations, both as an individual and as a group entity? Will Jungkook respond further than just one word? And will there be a similar reply from Taehyung? All these questions are still open, and the public can only wait while reading each new gesture that appears. One night in Paris has changed the landscape of global entertainment and pop culture. And perhaps, as many believe, BTS is indeed more than just a musical group. They are a cultural phenomenon that still continues to write a larger-than-life emotional narrative of itself. In a deeper analysis, this emotional moment cannot be separated from the personal and professional background of both artists. Jungkook and Taehyung, although often referred to as two very different personalities, Jungkook is more reserved and controlled, Taehyung is more artistic and expressive, have shown a strong emotional bond since their debut in 2013. In various official BTS documentaries such as Burn the Stage, Break the Silence, to BTS, in the SOP, the relationship between the two is often shown as a complex dynamic